This is Global TV's news highlight. Thank you for joining us. I am Fauziya Lukman. Following widespread public complaints over the harsh economic effects of the removal of fuel subsidy on households, the Ondo State government has set up a 9-member committee on palliatives for the people at the state Executive Council meeting on Thursday. This is coming after the National Assembly approved President Bola Tinubu's request for 500 billion to provide palliatives for Nigerians. The Chairman Conference of Speakers of State Legislatures of Nigeria, Abubakar Suleiman, has declared that state houses of assembly in Nigeria have become financially autonomous. He disclosed that the country's constitution has been successfully amended to provide financial autonomy for state houses of assembly. The African Development Bank said Nigeria loses $29 billion due to poor power supply annually, while manufacturers in the country spend as much as 10.1 trillion naira on made this disclosure as he raised concerns over the epileptic power supply in the country while calling for industrial revolution and manufacturing digitalization. A tragedy was averted on Wednesday evening in Ekiti State when the office of the Chief Justice of the state, Justice Oyewole Adeyeye, collapsed. Adeyeye managed to escape death but sustained serious injuries and was promptly rushed to a tertiary hospital in the state capital for treatment. According to reports, the incident occurred toward the end of the day when Chief Justice was still in his chamber preparing for closure of the day. The High Court of the Federal Capital Territory has dismissed the case against the former governor of Imo State, Rochas Okorocha, by the EFCC. Delivering the judgment, Justice Yusuf Haliru described the EFCC charges of fraud and abuse of office against Okorocha as an abuse of judicial process, on the grounds that the anti-graft agency had filed a similar charges against the defendant on the Federal High Court. On sports, the classification match to determine the 9th and 10th place team in the 2023 African tournament ended in another 2-point loss by the Tigers to the Kenyan opponent. As has become customary in Rwanda, the coach, Ogo Odaudu, as the coach of the Tigers, started slowly as they lost the first quarter of 20-13. And just like in Thursday's narrow loss to the Congo team, the Tigers could not rebound totally, even though it was fourth quarters, 17-15 losses that finally locked out the Nigerian team. On the foreign scene, Syria is to allow the United Nations humanitarian aid into rebel-held territory through its main border crossing, which closed amid a political impasse at the UN. Its ambassador there has said some 4.1 million people in the northern West Syria depend on the aid deliveries. The UN Security Council, which was authorized deliveries by the Bal al-Hawa of Turkey since 2014,